Alright! Alright! Welcome to DL Kramer's Custom Cars Name! Well, I went to town. This is video number 3,200. No, I'm just kidding. This is video number whatever. 3 or 4 or whatever of the, we're putting ACES fuel injection. Yeah! On the Duster. Yeah! 1,000 CFM. Man, what are we gonna do with all that? Well, anyway, this is what I did. I went to town. Had to buy two different things to make this work. You might notice these studs are longer because my throttle mounts to this, my throttle mount. So these have to be longer than these. These are 1-inch spacer studs. So you gotta buy 4, you know. So now I got 2 of them on here on this side. Then I had to go to Menards or local, and I had to buy the 5/16 by 18 by 3-inch studs. So that's what I did. So anyway, so now that side is so now but here's the problem. This is thin thread. I should have bought thin thread these because, well, no, I can't because they have to screw into the intake. Because under here, when I built this intake, that's on another episode. When I built the intake, then I used all thread, those long nuts, you know, those long ones, the nuts. So I welded them to the bottom so it had a lot of thread, so it had deep thread. So you wouldn't strip them out, you know. And then I welded the caps on and I went further after that. As you'll see that if you look back on the episodes here, you'll see me build that intake. So anyway, so that's what I had to do. So now the gasket, okay, I got these all tightened up. Got the gasket on. So now, are we ready to put there's nothing in the hole. Oh. Nothing. Okay. I can't see nothing that would stop us from putting the throttle body on. So let's get the throttle body on now. I have not... God. I'm still scarce about this. And it'd be such... I just wonder if I should maybe I should put some high pressure silicone here. You know, it'll be between the gasket and this. Okay, so if this is being pushed down on it, you get the full gasket area on this side. So I would just have to put it on the other side. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm having these thoughts. Let's do it. If I'm 50 miles from home, that might... Let's just do it. It's between the gasket and that spacer plate. It's not on the throttle body. Heck with it. Enough debating. And if it's gonna give you a little bit of an insurance policy, why wouldn't you do it, right? Why wouldn't you do it? And I'm not putting it on the... And it's not going to run today, so this stuff will be able to set. God, I just feel like this isn't the right thing to do, but then I feel like it is the right thing to do. So let's just do the half-ass thing by doing it. Right? It's halfway between everything. Let's just do it. I've had enough. I'm done debating. I just want to do it. As much as my mind says, no, you shouldn't. But then my other part of my mind says, no, you should because the company just had to put their name here They couldn't put it here in the front, which would be the right thing to do. They had to put it on a gasket mating surface. So you got to take your carb off every now and then and just, you know. All we're doing is we're just putting it in these holes. I just want to make sure. That's all I'm doing. This could definitely ruin a weekend. And it's high pressure silicone, so it's sensor safe, you know. So I feel like this is an old Jimmy rig idea, but it isn't. It's something to deflect the just filling in the hole here. And if it goes down the hatch or something. So let's where's the gasket? Okay, there's the gasket. So let's put the gasket on. There. We'll never know that we did that. And then when it tightens up, it'll ooze out the side there a little bit. I'm just, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just say that. Because it could be a ruined weekend because of something real stupid. Real stupid, because that's the way it usually works. The gray is the best stuff in the world, man. Okay. Now let's put the throttle body on. We're good to go. There's nothing there. Okay, there's that. And we gotta put this on. Ooh, we gotta pick this up a little bit to get it on. There we go. Does that look like it's gonna work? Look at that, how nice that's fitting. Now we gotta put those nuts on first, don't we? I bought some flange nuts here too, by the way. I gotta pick this all up to get the flange nuts on too, don't we? I suppose the other side will be the same way. Come on now. I'll set that there so it don't go down anything. Okay. Just want to get everything started here. Yeah. Now we gotta go to the other side and make sure we can start them nuts. Now those will be thin thread. So that's gonna be the weirdness about this whole situation. One side will be coarse thread nuts and the other one will be thin thread. If I can just start it. Come on. You can start for me. Oh, what the heck. The wires run right out above the stud here, so makes it very difficult to start a nut. There it went. Okay, now it's sitting down in another hole. Now I gotta go get my magnet and try to suck that out of there. I thought we'd just start and go after it, but I guess it's not that easy. There we go. Where can we set this without scratching anything? Okay, we'll put the washer back on. Sometimes you gotta flip the nut upside down. Well, I don't know which way it was now, so try it again. Come on. Just asking you to start. Oh, if I can pull these out of the way here. There we go. Ah, there we go. There's what I'm asking for. Okay, and one more of them. Yeah, I'm gonna get this all out of the way if I can, sort of, a little bit anyway. I'm afraid I'm not gonna have enough threads there on that one. Okay. Wow. And I can't go to longer stud because of the wires. Huh. Yeah, there's no way that you can do that. On this side, it's a possibility I could have. But now it's almost. Dang it. Well, let's get a 1/2-inch wrench out. See if we can kind of crank that down. Or if I'm going to have to. Or do I have to get a longer stud in there? I'm gonna have to do a longer stud. God darn it. Now I got everything set up here. I wonder if it's possible. Can I spin that out of there and spin the new stud in without taking it back off? Oh, man, I tell you. I'm gonna end up taking that off, ain't I? While everything dries. I gotta pull it back off and put a new stud in there. Is that gonna be a wire problem though? Probably. Boy, nothing's easy here, hey? Alright! Nothing can be easy. Alright. Pull this all apart again. Gotta watch where we put things here. So don't go down the throat of the motor. Okay. Okay, so that's ready to go. We have to take it back off again. We put a stud in. So they have 3 studs. I'm just gonna set this here. I'm gonna get a little sloppy. So we can pull that stud out. Okay, as soon as I find the vice grip, this is over here. Let's clamp it on there so we wrap the threads. Oh. The stud's probably shot now, so. No? Maybe not. Wow, I can't believe it. Not enough thread. Oh, we got. Oh, that's not gonna work that way. Okay. Right above it. That's it. Now those wires are gonna have to go around this one. This one's, they gotta stay the same. Besides, there's enough there anyway. I don't quite understand why, but there is. Okay. Make sure there's nothing on it. Okay. Oh yeah, now we got room. Now we gotta work the nuts back on and all that again, don't we? And then meanwhile, I get the wires around this way. Nothing's between nothing here. Just gotta get this back on, and then the nuts. Gotta pick it up 14 times. Okay. Get that one started. Okay. Come on now, work with me. Go down. Come on, we gotta get this done. Okay, you ain't gonna go that easy. Okay. Okay, those are ready to go. And I need another one of these. Okay, we gotta fold this back this way so we can see what we're doing. Washer for that. Okay, that nut went on right away. We need a flange nut now, don't we? Okay. So it's quite a fiasco just to bolt it up. It's not because of my intake, not because of me. You probably have to do this on any intake manifold. Okay. Now I look at this, I could probably get by with a longer stud there, but I think we're going to be good there. That one didn't go in as far, as long as we can just capture the threads. That's what we're after. And it looks to me, looks like to me we're going to have the whole nut covered for sure, and maybe a thread or two out of it, so that's good. Let's just snug it down a little bit. And again, make sure that you have nothing, no wires in the way or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if I should have did this or not. A lot of money was spent, boy. A lot of money. Wiring we're going to do last. We're going to do all the mechanicals first. Oh no, I got silk going on there. Suppose I should go clean my hands before I get it all over. You want to go on crossway pattern here, tighten this up. This will work out just fine on this corner, I can see that. Nice. At least they give you some room to tighten it up. Okay, one left. One left, and hey, we made her this far, right? If you guys watched my previous video, I was very disgusted. I'm gonna go spend more money on it. Might look like I'm really reefing on them, but I'm not. It's just I'm regulating my body. Just double checking. No. Okay, there we go. I'll swing all the wiring back here again. Okay, how's this all gonna look here? Well, that's gonna work out just gorgeous. Perfect. You know, let's put this up here. We gotta set tools or something up there. At least we got something to set it on. I gotta go wipe my hands off now. Get my Jimmy Rig insurance policy off my hands. I didn't like doing that, but at the same time, I felt that it had to be done. I just had to have something. God, if that suckered back, you'd be at a car show even 10 miles, 5 miles away and it'd backfire. So I'm gonna carry a gasket with me. And I got a small toolbox I carry. I'll make sure there's enough stuff in there if I would ever have to change it. Because what I need to do is I got Modern Extreme computer in it. And I think their tables could be off a little bit. Maybe a couple degrees, enough to once in a while I get a little backfire. But it also could be stemming from the carburation. So it may not backfire ever again. I don't know. So let's just work with it and see what we got here. Well, what do we do now? Now we grab a 10 millimeter. And let's see, what's this? Is this a 10? Because obviously that must have been made in China because it's all metric. So let's put the throttle together right away so we can get this mess cleaned up. And hopefully it all fits, because we don't know right now if it's all gonna fit. It looks like it will, but let's see what we can do here. I've been hearing really good things about ACES and all that stuff, so oh, there we go. We gotta hit everything going. Why do we got this big extension on here? Okay. Now, oh God, between their spring, let's back this off a little bit. This is like really super. So let's back off a little bit. That tension. Where's the? Okay, I set them all over here, all the wrenches. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna need this next anyway. Probably don't actually need this the way this is, but yeah. Let's see if it works. If it don't work, then we gotta re-engineer that too then, I guess. Actually, I think we just back it all the way down to nothing here. And if we don't like it, we'll take it off, okay? Let's see, we gotta go this way, don't we? Clean that up. We're constantly shifting, you know. Got a stick in here. Gotta remember there's a 4-speed in here. One more little reef on that sucker. Then all the way. Looks like I could go just a hair more yet. Well, it's loose anyway. So. Okay, no, is it now? Oh, that's nice. And if that's too hard, well, then maybe we'll take one spring off. We'll just keep downing it until if it's all gone, it's gone, you know? Yeah, it seems to be fine. It seems to be anyway. So the throttle bracket's tight, this is tight. Okay, now we put the throttle back on it. Well, the next question is this gonna have to be rebranded here too? Let's see, let's get this Allen wrench out of our hands. There we go. These should have been locked together again, shouldn't they? Oh, that should be changed actually. Gonna fit through there. Gonna fit through that one, but will it? Will it work there? With the nut? Probably not. Well, it will. Believe it or not. Okay, watch out what you're leaning on here, Dale. Alright. We need a needle nose and a Phillips screwdriver. Needle nose and a Phillips screwdriver. Everything's looking good so far here. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna have to put that on first. I'm gonna have to probably take this other piece back off, and I tighten this up. I gotta turn the nut. Jam this all together, I think. Well, yeah. Okay, let's back her up a notch. There we go, bang it again. Every time. Sometimes you gotta do this to get the job done. So it sucks, but I'm willing to accept it. So yeah. Let's throw that over there. Set this down here. We can get to this. Okay, let's go find the wrench set. Let's go find the wrench that's gonna work with that. So it's gonna be something stupid, I suppose. I bet it's gonna be 10 millimeter in it. I grabbed the 5. I bet it's gonna be 11/32 or 10 millimeter. Let's try this 5/16 first. Okay, it's not that. Yeah, it's going to be 11:30 seconds. The one I didn't grab, so. Okay. Oh, great, that's not on there. Okay. Do I even own an 11:30 second wrench? I think it jumps around. I do. Okay, I got a ratchet wrench that's 11:30 seconds. Make sure this rocks just a little bit. Is it going to be no size? Well, okay, then what is it, a 9mm? Okay, let's try a 9mm. Make up your mind. You can't make up your mind there. I gotta dig in the other box. Oh, can't read this, Craftsman. Is that a 9 or an 8? No, let's just try it. No. Gotta get it right, you know. Yep, it's a 9. Okay. That moves nice and easy. Oh, that's perfect. That was worth waiting for. Okay. Let's put this back so we know where it is next time we need it. My grandmother used to, and my uncle Jim used to tell me the job ain't done until the tools are cleaned up. And I believe that's exactly right on target. Now, let's see if we can put this back on. Okay. There's that. We're getting somewhere here. Sometimes we gotta take a step back to get a couple steps forward, don't we? Okay, let's do this. Let's refund that sucker until it breaks off, huh? Okay, there we go. Oh. I don't want to move. Bet that throttle thing came up, didn't it? I bet it did. I bet the edge of that nut is capturing the end of that. So now, let's go get our 9mm and back up another step. I think we barely got to reposition that nut on the other side. I think it's just barely touching it, so it's causing that, so where that cannot repel itself. Now that's in the way. Okay, now that's in the way. Okay, let me capture it this way. No, maybe not, huh? We gotta take it apart again? Oh, come on. Give me a break. God, it wants to move. It's just barely. Yeah, see, that's what it is, too. Unfortunately. Come on. There you go. What if I just leave it alone? Let's see. If I leave it alone, we're throttling. Is that gonna pose a problem with the air cleaner? You know what? We're gonna leave it alone. It'll just eventually wear itself loose, I think. With my microphone. I keep an eye on that so we have charge. I keep losing my microphones during the shows. Maybe I'll help it along here. Let's see if we give it throttle. It's never going to jam the throttle up, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it alone. Because it's not going to make my throttle stick or anything. It's just... I got sweat going down my face already here. This is a difficult screw to get started. Okay, now we'll pull this back until we bring it back this way a little bit so we got some curb idle settings. Come on now, screw. Let me through. Okay, just a little bit here. How's that? Wow, this is all fitting. Something is fitting. I can't believe it. Something is actually working. Now we'll see if the air cleaner fits too right away so we can close them up. Okay, there we go. Got some curb idle, and we can always move this back and forth if we got to. Okay, let's get these tools off of here. Now, it came with its own threaded rod. See if that's too big or not big enough or something again, or do we got to use the one out of the carburetor? Okay, let's see, let's move that there. That can go there. Okay. Okay. Yep. Came with everything but no wing nut. Okay, will my wing nut fit that? Yes, it will. Okay. Give me a new gasket. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay, so we were successful at mounting it. We were successful at putting the throttle on. We're successful at putting that gasket on. Before we get all excited, we should see if this fits. How far down is that going now? Probably screwing the wrong side in, I suppose. Could do jam nuts, I suppose, and keep going until I can't. There it is, it stopped. Oh yeah. Okay, now it's 14 feet too long. Okay. Let's just clamp the vice grip on it. And see. They made that longer, at least. I really didn't want to. God, do I take the one out of the carburetor? Where's the vice grip at now again? Where did I put it, guys? There. Oh, there it is. Whoop, whoop, there it is. Let's make sure we wreck the threads now. When we clamp this on here, we'll have to put it just above it. Want to make sure we get those shavings down the ports. Okay, there it is. Well, had to be over there. It couldn't be over here. Now, I see I got a problem already. We gotta take it back off. Let's mark it. We gotta cut her down, otherwise it's gonna go through the hood scoop. Yeah. Yeah. That'll go right through that scoop. So let's mark it. As soon as I find a marking device, let's cut it off. Gotta leave enough for some tread here. Yeah. Okay. At least I know I can clamp on the end there now. Get nicely there. Pull this off nicely here. That ain't gonna sit there. Like I say, all my videos are real time. They're not fast forward. You guys, some of you guys might get bored of it, but some guys enjoy it. I know that. I've gotten compliments on both ends. I'm gonna go take the saw quick and cut that off. And so I like to make things in real time. I know some people think it's a waste of time. Some people just can fast forward too if they want, if they don't like it, so. And that's not a problem, they can do that easily, so. Let's see, I'm getting my 4-inch death wheel out here. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, now we're gonna go over to the vise over here. Somehow I gotta clamp this in the vise without wrecking it. So I can snip it off quick with the best thing probably to do is okay, we'll clamp on the end that we're cutting off. That's the smart way, I think. Okay. Now we'll round the end off. Oh, don't have that plugged in. Okay, I gotta unplug this for a second. That's 14,000 there, but everything's in front of them, so. Yeah. Let's see if our wing nut goes on there easy. First of all, before we go any further. It does. Okay, good. And let's plug this back in now. Well, everything associated with the throttle body is almost mounted on. We have a vacuum right now. I have a couple vacuum hoses hanging right here. There for the air conditioning unit, which isn't even hooked up. I got the lines ran out, everything. I just don't have it done. Okay. That screws in there properly, which it seems to. Go as far as we can again. I want to get that air cleaner on there so no dirt gets in there. And here I'm grinding rods and everything to make it all fit. I should market that intake manifold, but then I gotta pay Stellantis. I haven't built any for other people, so. Okay, there's that. Okay, that's good enough. Now let's see if the air cleaner fits. If it fits, it ships. Ooh, just enough maybe, huh? Should have put a washer on there too, shouldn't I? Huh. Nah, who needs a washer? Ah, there we go. There it is. Throttle body is officially done mechanically. Not wirelessly, but mechanically. Stupidly done by me. Okay. So now later on we'll have, this is where I wire or Bluetooth will mount to CAN variable reluctor timing. We're not going to be using that one. I wish I could just cut it off. That's what VR stood for. And then coil. So we won't be. Let's see what's all coming out of here. Okay. Okay, additional wires. This is what we're going to be using that. Obviously, we're going to be using that. This one goes to the battery. This is our ignition switch one. Yeah, ignition switch and battery. Now they were put out the side here for GM. Mopar's battery's on the other side, so now I gotta run this. Nothing's made for Mopar, you know. Let's see, what's gonna be the best looking way to run this over there? Around the front. Well, if I could run it underneath the intake, that would have been nice, and then run it right across there, right to the positive and negative. If I do that, I probably don't have enough. Where's the fuse going to be mounted? See, if this was GM, then this could be mounted all like this. See? But obviously it's not GM, so. The Mopar guy's got to work twice as hard to figure. What is this one for? Fuel pump. Okay, so this goes to my fuel pump. That's got to go, everything's got to go that way almost. Well, actually, yes, everything does. So how do I make this look good? I kind of like to plan ahead sometimes. Okay. This must be O2 sensor, huh? Yeah, wideband. WBO, wideband oxygen sensor. That's going to go down the driver's side tube. Okay. Is that even going to be long enough to get down there? Well, I could put it on the passenger side here too, I guess. Well, we're going to have to figure out which way that's going to go. Yeah, so it's all straightforward. It's pretty easy, actually. It looks overwhelming right now, but actually it's simple. So I got to get this to my fuel pump. So we're not running a relay on the fuel pump. Okay? Because you can tell by the gauge of the wire. Otherwise it'd be really thin like this. Low voltage. And it's not. And the pump doesn't draw that much anyway, really. In all reality, it doesn't draw that much. I don't know how many amps this pump is. I gotta look. And if I feel I gotta run a relay, I'll put one on there. Everything's twisted around everything here. Let's see what's here. Trying to organize wires here. Because we're not doing any wiring today. We're just doing mechanical abilities. We could probably, wonder if we should do the plumbing here on top. And I could drape the hose down there. Just leave the length laying on the floor there in the dust. So we get her all nice and dirty. Let's see. Then it'll look like I did it. Come on, baby! Light my fire! Okay. That's separatized, that's separatized. This is separatized. Now they're not tangled up. So now that we got them untangled, let's tangle them back up again. Drape them over here. So they're out of the way here. Because now we got a return will come out of there to the pressure regulator. Our main hose will come up here right to the thing. And then we're going to run the pressure regulator after, so that way it backs up the pressure to get it somewhere around that, 42 to 48 psi, something like that. That way it backs up. I always thought putting the pressure regulator in front of it so it slows it down, but no, they say you have to put it on the return, so then it opens up the valve here, allows the pressure to drop on this side. So, and then I got the old choke cable hanging here. That's going to be my heater diverter valve later. I'm going to use it for. And so I'll put it on the heater hoses here to shut off the coolant. As you can see, I don't have them hooked up because I didn't have the right size hose, and I keep forgetting to get the right size hose, and I don't need a heater anyway, so I'm not worried about it right now. So that's what the choke cable will be used for. I'll have to somehow try to mark that and say heater diverter valve to shut the coolant off so the heater doesn't blow you out of the car. So I can take it out too if I want, but I did such a good job putting it in, and it would make a nice diverter valve. So let's just leave that alone. We'll just leave it alone for now. There's no need to, like my grandmother would say, futz with it. Don't futz with it. I miss her. She was a good grandma. She was a very, very good person. She would, my God, she was a good person. That's all I can say. Okay, because that's what she was. Let's just strip this down here for now. I got vibration material on it. There we go. There we go. Shove it underneath the intake. That way it's hidden. Okay, so why don't we make this one video? On the next video, which I'm going to do here in a little bit, I'll start recording the video and I'll be uploading this to YouTube. And then I'm going to make a bracket that comes out here like a U, and then so we can mount our regulator here. I don't know where else to put it. I can't put it over here. You got the air conditioning hoses, everything there. Here, it's going to have to sit somewhere in this area where my fist is. I don't know if you can see that. Do I have it too close? Maybe you can't even see what I'm doing here. Let's see once. If it is, I got to redo this. No, you can't. Okay, I'm talking to myself. So let's just zoom out a notch here. So I'm not talking to myself. God, I'm sitting here talking and thinking I'm showing you guys stuff. See, these are the mistakes I make on my videos. That's why a lot of guys have somebody holding the camera. But now you should be able to see. So right here is where I'm going to mount my regulator. I'm going to make a U bracket that screws to this, comes out, back in again, and screwed to this firewall. So it's going to have to sit here because over here, these are the air conditioning ports. These are the heater ports. So we got ourselves a heater core and everything right behind that firewall over here. So the safest spot is going to be right here. It's not directly under the exhaust, but it's close enough for fire, I guess. Yeah. And then this is going to be the return line. So this has to go into the bottom of the regulator, I believe. Let's see, what's the schematic say here? No, it goes into the side. No, it does go in the bottom. From the throttle body, it goes into the side of the regulator. So I wonder if we could... I just wonder if we could do a little work here. Well, let's do it on the next video. We got the unit on. And haven't closed the hood yet to see if it'll fit underneath the scoop, but I believe it will. I believe that it's the same height as the carburetor, so I believe it'll work. Or it'll just hit it just enough or something, maybe. I don't know. I think it's gonna work. I have good faith in that anyway. So we got our throttle hooked up. We got I'm sure it goes full throttle. So let's just end this video here, and then on the next video we'll install the regulator and plumb this out, and I'll drape the line down, down the hole here, and then we'll get under the car and run that to the back. We got to reverse our main line that went to the carburetor. That's going to be our return. So must be sawing wood back here or something. I can hear it. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Wow, this is 1 hour long. Yeah, this is a good video right here. Let's just leave it as that. So look on the next video, guys. We'll be installing the regulator, plumbing this out with the 6-amp. Wow, that took all day to get that on there. And then Yeah. So, like I say, we're doing all the mechanicals first, and then we'll do the wiring, and we'll go through that, and get this baby up and running. I gotta make an appointment yet at the lineman shop. Get this thing aligned. I gotta shake. I got a vibration, and it's got to be coming from the front because I lay off the throttle and stuff. It don't go away. I put the throttle back on. Give her hell. It doesn't go away. And plus, the front end never did have a line yet. It's just 0 right now. Enough to drive it. It's not right, but it's enough to drive it. But what we'll do... What the hell is that? Oh, that behind me over there. Right there. Oh, it says Dodge Challenger. Oh, okay, that's what it is. I was like, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? It's funny. What is this above my head? Oh, look at that. Looks like a giant business card. What is that? Huh. Took me all day to get it just right. No. Okay. Well, we'll see you on the next video, I guess. So, gotta go now. Time is sinking away. Bye-bye. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.